Hey, welcome to Coach Talks. I'm Coach Daniel Ratner, and today we're talking about the 3 questions you must ask before you decide to marry someone. We've already discussed number 1 and 2 in a different video, and today we're discussing question number 3. And question number 3 is interesting because it's a different question if you're a man or a woman. The third question you must ask as a man before you decide to marry a woman is, am I willing to make her happy the rest of her life? And I know this seems like a somewhat obvious question, but I'm not sure everyone asks this question to themselves, which means you're 22 or 25 or 30 and you're in great shape and she's in awesome shape and you love the looks and you love the physicality, whatever part you're in that relationship. But you have to think to yourself, you're going to get older and you're going to get wrinkles and things start to sag and drag. And so you have to say to yourself, you know what? Am I going to love her? Am I going to love him when he's 30 or 40 pounds heavier? Am I going to love her after she's had a number of children and, she's not in the same shape she is? Am I going to love him, if he loses his job and has to go through unemployment? Am I going to love her, if she goes through some emotional turmoil? So you have to think of these things. Am I going to love her or him if we have children that are difficult and make marriage difficult? We know that difficult children can also harm relationships. So for a man, he has to answer that question. Am I gonna make her happy no matter what happens in life? If he can't say yes, he probably can't marry her. The question for a woman is different. And I know many women are saying, well, why can't I make him happy? And the reason why, if he makes her happy, she's gonna make him happy. See, there's 3 certainties to life. Number 1 is taxes. Number 2 is death. And number 3 is happy wife, happy life. I hate to say that, obviously there are exceptions when there's some emotional turmoil or this, mental illness involved, but in general, it's going to work out. The third question a woman must ask before she marries a man: do I respect him? See, here's the thing: men in their 20s don't realize it. They think they want to be loved. They don't want to be loved. They want to be respected. Respect for a man is paramount. Obviously, a man should respect his wife. The issue is, it's not an issue, is that when he knows how to love her, which you will find out in my book, Sunscreen Love, through attention, affection, appreciation, and awareness, that respect is going to follow with it. But a man doesn't need that as much. He doesn't need the attention, the affection, and appreciation as much. He needs a little bit. But for him, it's respect. See, men are very simple. We're not complicated. Don't make it complicated. I was on a podcast recently, and with a PhD in psychology. And she goes, Coach, you make everything sound so simple. I go, it's simple if you keep it simple. If you make it complicated, it gets complicated. Men are easy. We need 3 things. We need food, we need sex, and we need respect. And everything else is a bonus. So here's a tip for the women to help respect your husbands. When he walks into a house, when he walks home from work or learning whatever he's doing and he comes into the house, you haven't seen him all day long. You pick up the phone, pretend you're on the phone, or you're on the phone with your friend Sarah. Sarah, I have to go, my husband just walked in. Loud enough for him to hear you, and you go click, so he can hear you getting off the phone. That is a game changer in a relationship. Why? Because he sees you stopping what you're doing to show that he's walking into the house. It makes him feel like the king of the jungle. Yes, I realize we have low self-esteem and we need our egos fed. We do. We're men. That's part of what makes up who we are. But not admitting that and throwing that out the window, it makes no sense. So when we hear that our wife is stopping what she's doing to recognize we're walking in the house, it's a game changer for us. And I know it works, so it works with my wife. And by the way, my wife doesn't talk on the phone. She's faking it. And I know she's faking it, and she knows that I know she's faking it, and I don't care. Why? It's because she respects me, and I know she respects me because I'm walking to the house, and I haven't seen her all day. When I coach young ladies, and they're dating with a guy, and they're not sure to marry him, this is a very common thing. This is a very common theme. I ask them, do you respect them? If they hesitate or they look away, there is an issue. If your boyfriend comes home from work and plays with Lionel trains in the basement for 3 hours and you don't respect it, that's going to be an issue. If your husband, wants to be a librarian, you want to marry a doctor, and you don't respect him for that, that is going to be an issue. If your wife your future wife doesn't exercise and you want someone who's healthy and eats healthy and she eats a lot of junk and you don't respect it, that is going to be an issue. Relationships aren't hard. They're easy if you have the right wisdom. See, there's a difference between knowledge and wisdom. Everyone thinks they know what they're doing when they go dating into marriage. Everyone thinks they know what they're doing. They have no idea. No offense. You spent more time learning to get a driver's license than you learn what it means to be in a relationship. Knowledge is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing not to put it in a fruitcake. If you don't go into a relationship with the proper wisdom, you're going to be the fruitcake. Don't be a fruitcake. Know the 3 questions you must ask before you get married. Question number 3. For a man, am I willing to make her happy the rest of her life? And for a woman, do I respect him? This is Coach Daniel Ratner with Coach Talks. Everything is available in my book, Sunscreen Love, available on Amazon. Thank you very much.